Percentage is a fraction with a denominator of 100. It basically means out of 100. Okay, so let's quickly look at this. From this grid, what is the fraction of the shaded portion, or the squares that are shaded out of this? You can see you have 10 out of, 20 out of 100, and this is the percentage, and that is basically 20%. 20% of these are shaded, and of course you can take that to fraction by reducing 20 over 100. That is going to give you 1 over 5, where you use 20 to reduce both 20 and 100. And of course that could be written in fraction, in decimal, as a 0.20 or 0.2. Now let's look at another one. Look at this. How many of these boxes are shaded? Right here, you have 10 out of 100, which is basically 10%. And so 10%, if you have 10 out of 100, you can reduce it to a lowest term in form of fraction, and that is going to give you 1 over 10. And if you take this to decimal, that is going to give you 0.10 or 0.1. Let's look at another one. How many are shaded right here? That is basically 25. So you have 25 out of 100, and 25 out of 100 is 25%. And it could be written in fraction. When you reduce 25 out of 100, it gives you 1 over 4. And this could be written as 0.5 in form of fraction. All right, so let's look at another one. How many are shaded here? We see that 50 boxes are shaded out of 100, and that is 50 out of 100, which could be written as 50% because it's basically half of it. If you reduce that, it could be written as 1 over 2 in fraction, and also it could be written as 0.5 in decimal. Okay, so let's look at this. How many are shaded here? Yeah, of course. This is 75. 75 out of 100, 75 out of 100, and that is 75%. It could be written in fraction as 3 over 4. If you reduce this by 25, you have 3 over 4, and this could be written in fraction as 0.75. Okay, so let's quickly go to changing percentages to fractions, and so we express as well in lowest terms. So 80%, 80% could be written as 80 over 100. Don't forget that. And by the time you reduce this, it will give you 8 over 10. And 8 over 10 could also be reduced to 4 over 5. All right. So we move on to the next one, which is 9% to fractions. Okay, we change 99% to fraction. And so when you have this, 9% is basically 9 out of 100, and this is the lowest you can ever have because there's no common factor for 9 and 100. So let's move on to the next question. We are changing this to percentage, and when you are changing this to percentage, actually what you do is to multiply by 100. So 4 over 5 to percentage, that will be 4 over 5 times 100, and 5 can divide 100 to give you 25. So you are left to give you 20 rather, and you are left with 4 times 20, and 4 times 20 gives you 80, and that is 80%. So 4 over 5 is 80%. So we move on to another one, number 2 over 5 to percentage. And when you have this is a mixed number. You have to take it to improper fraction, and when you take this to improper fraction, you have 12 over 5 times 100 over 1. Okay, because we are changing to percentage, you have to multiply by 100, and 100 divided by 5 gives you 20. So you are left with 12 times 20. Okay, and 12 times 20 basically gives you 40, and this is 40%. Thank you.